Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Coin Lady channel. I haven't seen this level of panic in the XRP community in a very long time. As I'm sure you're all aware, yesterday saw a worldwide crypto liquidation event. When compared to other large-cap cryptocurrencies, XRP took the most damage. No, I didn't lead you to believe that I was going to delve into microcap or nanocap tokens. Perhaps there are individuals who, in absolute terms, suffered a bigger decline. Those are not on my radar, thus it doesn't affect me. However, if you focus on the largest coins by market cap, you'll see that cryptocurrency XRP suffered the most. So, you may be wondering, why did XRP's dip matter more than that of other cryptocurrencies? Again, XRP is just reacting to events, so how would you know? It's a fair question to wonder why, given that Bitcoin took a far smaller drop than XRP. And I'd want to offer some broad reflections about that. And I'll tell you why. As this was happening, I checked social media and saw nothing but individuals in emotional anguish. Since I was not physically injured, I did not experience an emotional reaction like that. And I know what to expect when high volatility occurs, as I've been coping with it for about 6 years now. Never assume that this is a permanent state of affairs. That doesn't mean everything is null and void, though. That's just how people are. And they begin selling in a frenzy. In addition, they act as stop losses. That makes perfect sense to me as well. So now something has been set off. But unless you have anything to where there's a vulnerability in code, there's not much you can do. However, the XRP ledger's value would fall if its underlying code were to be revealed after more than a decade. Sure, that should make you worried. I suppose that's possible. If that were a cryptocurrency, I'd bet on it. After 10 years, a security hole has been uncovered. Okay. What if the rate at which XRP is being used by developers or users suddenly drops dramatically? In a broad sense, yes, I can understand that. But since there's nothing special about XRP that would cause this to happen, I'm just not going to react the same way that some other people do. Just because the net worth is falling like my net worth went down dramatically yesterday, I just don't care. That doesn't bode well for what's to come, in my opinion. However, before going any further, I feel the need to state that I come from no financial background whatsoever. To be clear, I'm not giving out money tips. And remember, you should never use anything I say as a reason to buy or sell something. As a side activity, I enjoy discussing various aspects of the cryptocurrency industry on YouTube. And I find the whole thing to be quite hilarious. What you see before you at the moment. I found this tweet by a member of the XRP community named Johnny Lawrence, liked it, and shared it with my followers because it made me smile. As for this individual, there is no cause for alarm. It's just a group of ships going down together. And for those of you who haven't been paying attention, that's just a chart comparing some generic asset to XRP. The newest candles are at the top. The map purports to show the Titanic rapidly descending into the ocean's depths. Actually, I enjoyed that. XRP is currently trading at around just once to 51 cents as I record this. When I started recording, it was worth 50 cents, now it's worth 51 cents, the entire landscape has shifted. You can purchase Bitcoin here for $26,196. For the first time in quite some time, the crypto fear and greed index has moved back into the fear zone. It's not surprising that the massive liquidation event that happened yesterday resulted in a score of 39 out of 100. And by the way, that actually happened. Maybe an hour or two before I uploaded my final video to YouTube yesterday. Even though I will never recommend that you buy or sell something, I was already trying to explain things and offer some consolation. Since XRP had dropped below 57 cents before the massive liquidation, I felt the need to offer some words of solace and explain my state of mind at the moment. The moment I upload that, chaos ensues. Then it plunges to the ground. Due to the fact that XRP, the lowest I saw was 50 cents and a live coin watch, I prefer to state that. All well, so it's just 48 cents over here. On the other hand, I've heard that the going rate was just 38 cents on certain exchanges, and that other people were quoting 43 cents. Furthermore, arbitrage eventually brings everything to a level. When I was out and about, I pulled up a Buy Live Coin Watch app and noticed that XRP was selling for 50 cents. I had to do a double look, I couldn't believe it. And then I know when most people see that, their heart drops and they get that pit in their stomach. When I saw that, I burst into fits of laughter. At first, I couldn't believe my eyes. Bitcoin was the first thing I checked, and I thought, okay, Bitcoin's down. That settles it, then. I'd like to discuss this because there's more to the story than just XRP following Bitcoin. But I just made a tweet about how ridiculous it is because XRP is now 50 cents and used a laughy emoji to express it. I was powerless to resist. The value of my greatest individual holding of cryptocurrency has decreased significantly. There was nothing I could do except laugh, and it was a real chuckle because I knew that despite the market's extraordinary volatility, nothing had actually happened. When the market as a whole declines, even if XRP's decline is more dramatic, investors may wonder if there is cause for special concern on the part of XRP holders. Even while many people in our IT community insist the answer is yes, I can't bring myself to believe it. And what caused the market to panic? Well, from what you may have heard by now, two factors have been blamed. You can see that the price of Bitcoin and Ether has dropped significantly and that crypto traders have lost $1 billion in this article's headline from CoinDesk. No, it wasn't restricted to merely Bitcoin and ETH. I saw some of my fellow YouTuber Crypto Eddie asking for the source of it, and there was a Wall Street Journal news that it was Elon Musk's SpaceX. The report claims that the organization has sold all of its Bitcoin. I still enjoy reading the Wall Street Journal and am curious if they are reporting on anything promising. There is no hard evidence that I am aware of. So, I don't think it's unreasonable for her to inquire about it. If that isn't the case, and if it's what truly set off this chain of events, then this whole thing makes no sense. Wow. Nonetheless, there are instances when there are unexpected days with high negative volatility. In that case, whatever is going on right now must be the cause. Then there was the Evergrande debacle, as evidenced by CNBC's showing that the Chinese real estate company Evergrande had sought bankruptcy protection in New York City. That's why they're so enormous. Was that the actual precipitating event? It occurred throughout the day. Not on the same day as me. In any case, it did occur. And it's not a problem that's inherent to cryptocurrency as a whole. Just $1 billion, or just in $1 billion, has been liquidated from the crypto market in the past 24 hours, and you had this information from the blockchain back or adding context that you authored or shared from the Watcher group. A blockchain supporter retweeted this and added, FTX was 875 million. This was more extensive than the infamous FTX Ponzi fraud, which affected countless lives. This is completely insane. Then, he provided some background information. And he put in writing what follows. In light of recent events like the COVID-19 crash, the SEC case, and the FEFTX, I've been trying to find other instances of a similar liquidation sell-off. The 5 minutes of mayhem that followed the fall were more violent than any part of the COVID, SEC lawsuit, or FTX combined. That domino effect we were talking about? It happened in a matter of minutes, with more intensity than we've seen in any of those other cases. But I can assure you that at some unknowable time in the future, perhaps many years from now, something will occur in which you will witness a major cascade that is within the realm of this weather, though perhaps a little smaller or a little larger, and whatever is happening that day may or may not have caused it. But it will be attributed with causes even if it hasn't, and people will panic. The world as we know it has ended. Some folks will even have XRP, I'm sure. They will then wonder if they made the right decision to keep XRP, given what has transpired in the past. When the price of XRP went to 10 cents in March of 2020, I still had some in my wallet. The global epidemic is the cause. To be clear, I had been dollar cost averaging in earnest over the course of several years, and more specifically, every time XRP dropped to 55 cents from its all-time high. About a year and a half later, I made my first investment at 55 cents a share. Now consider how the average unit cost per dollar first drops, then rises a bit, and finally falls even further. The cheapest I was able to buy it for was 15 cents, so I was already significantly in the red when it dropped to 10 cents. However, none of these changes portend anything about the future. Here's the part one want to get across if you have a few minutes to spare. I'm not advising you to buy or sell XRP because I can't predict what will happen to its value. It could go to zero, for all I know, and because I don't know your individual circumstances. I'm not going to pretend that I'm some kind of expert consultant. I'm just a guy with some decent common sense around these parts. To top it all off, I'm confident in my ability to keep my emotions in check and not let them influence my decisions to buy or sell. And if I weren't, I wouldn't still be here after nearly 6 years. The level of uncertainty is just too high. But I've dealt with similar situations before. And unless something fundamentally changes with the assets I hold, I don't care if the market tanks, just like if you look at what happened in equities when we had the Great Recession and starting in 2008 because the housing collapse and all that there are people who had spent decades building wealth and were about to retire, and then their net worth started going down substantially right before they get a retirement. Perhaps in another year or two, they'd be able to finally retire and relish their golden years. When it happens, there is a decline in wealth. Perhaps they lost hundreds of thousands of dollars, a substantial chunk of their wealth, or nothing at all. Because it took so long to get to this point, they experience terror at the prospect of losing everything. However, by the time you feel scared enough to act, it's possible that much of the damage has already been done. Right. The major capitulation among those selling meant that their wealth had already dropped significantly. They dropped nearly all of their prices to sell. So what transpired after that? You can see us beginning to climb out of that hole already, and it has only been a couple of years. We then embarked on the longest winning streak of my whole life, which has lasted for the better part of the last decade. Oh my God, what should I have sold in a panic and why? So once again, they are people just like you and me, with all the same feelings. It's the same stupid human nature that makes people do stupid things in the crypto realm. Sorry, but I can't take part. Simply put, I refuse to participate. My answer is no. Not at all. And that's why I ditched it as my wealth evaporated. And when, at some unknowable point in the future, it inevitably rips to the upside, I will laugh even more. Here is the post I made earlier today on AIX. To provide some context, that's all. Though I can't advise you on your situation, I hope this helps. And I have no idea if XRP will go to $0 or if it will go to $100 or anything in between. If not even more so. There's no way I can reveal such information. But I just wanted to express what I've been thinking in case it helps you feel better about whatever it is you've been going through today. Take a look at what I had to say about XRP in November of last year. FTX collapsed, sending Bitcoin dramatically lower, hitting its lowest price of 2022. In 2022, XRP hit its annual bottom 3 months before that. Yeah. So, I'm going to take a moment to write down all I can remember. Also, I didn't verify this, but it doesn't matter anyhow. There was a low point in XRP's value sometime between June 2000 and June 2022, probably in the middle of the month. So when FTX went down, the market took a knock. However, Bitcoin took a much larger blow. Just as I predicted yesterday, the XRP price followed the same downward trend as Bitcoin, and the entire crypto market was liquidated to an even greater extent than during the FTX collapse. This time, however, its percentage decrease was larger than Bitcoin's. One of the things I wanted to know from the get-go was why XRP fell so much more than other significant coins. Because this isn't exactly a great use of XRP. What caused XRP's price drop? In any case, I hope I've made myself quite clear. Bitcoin and XRP followed the same general trend. When FTX was failing, XRP was moving in the opposite direction. Likewise, Bitcoin yesterday during the liquid liquidation event performed the same darn thing. The degree to which this is true, however, will always be different. You can ask me anything you like, but I won't pretend to be a chart person and get too technical with you. Analysts of all stripes have recently pointed out that XRP has been performing better than the market and the altcoin market as a whole, so perhaps it only had further to fall. That may or may not be the case, though. I'm not saying for sure that it is, but it seems like a fair guess, and someone with expertise in charts could elaborate. What I'm pointing out, though, is that XRP and Bitcoin both moved in the same general direction in November and yesterday. So, I put my thoughts down on paper. There has always been a link between Bitcoin and XRP price fluctuations. On significant days like yesterday, it is typical to see XRP and Bitcoin move in the same general direction. There are moments when XRP does better than Bitcoin. At other times, XRP actually underperforms Bitcoin. Some XRP holders are panicking as if something is wrong since XRP did worse than Bitcoin yesterday, despite the fact that we have literally 10 years of evidence demonstrating this is the case and that we should anticipate it. Your feelings are simply running wild right now. It would be strange if XRP never again had a worse day than Bitcoin. It's not strange that it occurs occasionally. So, once again, the issue with XRP did not originate in November, nor was it the result of events from yesterday. Similarly, XRP is not to blame for it. There was a big surrender when XRP outperformed Bitcoin in November of 2017. Bitcoin did better than XRP yesterday. Okay. So what? It's all irrelevant. Whatever the case may be, it's important to be aware that XRP has a history of substantially exceeding Bitcoin. On the downside, though, you can expect to see dramatic drops in value as Bitcoin outperforms XRP. Whatever, the important thing is that we're making progress over time. More adoptions, in my opinion, are on the horizon. Even if you're scared about the Dow Jones falling and the stock market crashing again like it did in 2008, or worse, you shouldn't sell your stocks just yet. And you're the one who's scared that will set off XRP. As we have seen time and time again, markets eventually recover. You can imagine my plan of action in that situation. And this is why I don't worry about it too much, since I live in the United States, which uses a fiat currency. I can just keep earning new dollars and not worry about the value of my old ones depreciating. And I'll keep putting them into stocks and bonds, and maybe even some cryptocurrency. And as long as I can keep a roof over my head and food on the table, I'm good. The markets eventually recover, and we carry on. Why should I let this cause me any anxiety? Not me, no way. It makes sense, and it's not anything I can change anyhow. Since it doesn't really make a difference either way, I'll just take pleasure in the good and find humor in the bad. If XRP keeps down, that won't look good either. As a result, we should expect the markets as a whole to be on fire. In the same vein, that wouldn't be an issue with XRP. It wouldn't indicate a fault with XRP's core functionality either, only that the cryptocurrency was reacting to a global phenomenon. And sure, surprises like that do occasionally arise. Some people think it's likely to happen in the not-too-distant future, but I can't say for sure. For me, the best way to deal with this situation is to try to keep my emotions in check. If any of them do manage to make their way in, I will not let them influence my decision-making in any way, especially when it comes to money. Definitely not going to make the effort. It's fine if I don't go, I just can't. There is always a way because there are always chances. However, not everything will be roses and lilies and unicorns and rainbows. There will be days when market activity is particularly poor, but hey, that's adulting for ya, we'll get through it together. No, I haven't seen it yet. The reasoning behind this escapes me entirely. In particular, the fear of XRP. Also, I don't think this is a reason to be negative for crypto in the long run. Even if we anticipate further declines, you never know. Just saying that this was a significant capitulation event, and it appears that we are going to be ripping to the upside, as claimed by many. Thus, there is also that. But it makes no difference. You're right, sleep easy, everything's great. Else, of course, you're one of the folks who absolutely must sell this by tomorrow, or else something catastrophic has recently occurred in this location. If that's the case, then maybe I'd get it. You don't need that portion of your net worth right now, but if it doesn't make you feel good that it's lower, then I'm like, come on. It's not available right now, and you could need it soon. Okay. Just, try to avoid putting yourself in harm's way. But look, I guess that's cool, I get that. However, that is not the case for the vast majority of people. None of these sellers have an immediate, pressing need for the money. They can put those monies to better use by exchanging them for a more convenient fiat currency. It's just an emotional reaction on their part. So long. I refuse to take part. No, I don't give out financial advice. Nothing I say should influence your buying or selling decisions. Please like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe as always. See you later, bye.